We did not start with the loud burp. Are we going to be starting with awful sounds? Okay, there we go.
Hey,
So,
you told me that you would do no more.
I might have lied.
Oh,
How is that a new record?
I'm sad.
I did so badly. Yeah, I can totally hold that money. Oh my, oh my.
Oh my god. He shot Boo. Oh, Boo got shot.
Did you just say deja vu?
I said Boo got shot.
But then you
Or
said
I said
deja vu.
I said they shot Boo.
I see. So yeah, that second run went poorly. I don't actually remember how well the first one went, but this one, I got to the final boss without having to, like, use a fairy at all. And I got down to a quarter heart, and then I'm like, okay, this is it. I can totally beat it but without dying. And then I tried to attack it, got hit and died, got brought back by the fairy, hit it once and it died. It was very disappointing. I will take it out on this statue. And this.
What's that actually from, anyway?
I don't know, but I feel like the game is too loud. I did fucking...
included the game audio in the audio test.
I couldn't. There was gonna be text that I couldn't advance.
Oh, well, maybe you should have planned better.
No, it's fine. There, I turned it down a little bit. Anyway, apparently you had a story to tell that didn't involve homeless people, but was close to involving homeless people.
Because that's what you guessed, and I'm like, it's closer than most things. Okay, so I went to go visit my friend today, basically explicitly just to play an old video game that I had as a kid that he also played, and I haven't been able to play in a long time because I don't have the consoles for it, and my computer can't emulate it well enough. That being Crash to Insanity, for anybody curious.
I should probably heal before going in the castle.
Yeah, I think I actually mentioned this a few months ago as being like something I would stream with him, but circumstances changed and we were not really in a position to stream it or do anything of the sort, so we just played it, 100%ing it. We got about halfway through. We might continue another time. Anyway.
It was your friend Owen Wilson.
Yeah, that's beside the point. The main point is that, like, because of playing, I stayed late. Like, I think the last buses are at 7 or 8, and I was out at, like, 9 something. Like, I left his at that time. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to get the train then, which sucked because I got a return bus ticket, and then I had to basically get a train ticket on top of that.
I've healed half, that's good enough.
It was, like, super wasteful. But then it turns out the trains aren't actually running from that station, and there's a real replacement bus service. And most people seem to hate these. I don't find them so bad. I've had to go on them a few times. So, sitting right outside the bus is a family of probably about 5 people.
And they were all staring disgustedly at a box of Oreo-O's.
And you ever, like, get surprised that stereotypes exist sometimes?
Oh boy. Is it going to be racial?
No.
Okay.
Okay, number one, they stank strongly of weed. And by the way, they had kids with them. It was like the mother and father, I presume, and then 3 kids.
How old were the kids?
I didn't get a good look at all of them, but I saw one who like walked down the bus to ask the driver a couple things, and she was probably like 9, if I had to guess.
She was the one doing the weed.
Yeah, clearly. Most of them would just kind of look like, you know, average normal people, I guess. But the dad, he was like a white guy with dreads, and and he had like a tracksuit or something.
I thought you said it wasn't racial.
I mean, it's not. It's not a white stereotype. It's just I mean, I guess you could say it's a white trash stereotype. But anyway, so, fucking. Like, you know, I'm like as they pass by me on the bus, they smell a bit, but then I fucking hate the smell of weed. I don't know if I mentioned that. I've never done drugs or anything. And part of the reason is just I can't fucking stand the smell of any of them. Alcohol, smoke, weed, all smells awful to me. So anyway.
Well, have you ever smelled crystal meth? Maybe that's the one for you.
So they pass by me. For the record, that's not the main reason. Anyway, they pass by me, and eventually the smell goes away. I'm like, whatever. These motherfuckers put on music out loud. I don't know. It wasn't on like a speaker or anything. It sounded like it was coming out of a phone or something, probably.
There's a
Who
phonograph.
does that?
Apparently, a lot of people, according to Reddit, because
Really?
I always see that in the like things you can't believe that people actually do. It's like,
Yeah,
why do
believe
people listen to their music? I'm like, nobody does that, but apparently they do.
I've never encountered it before today. I've seen people with headphones that do not fucking cancel them properly, and you can hear the music anyway.
Hold on, do we
But
count?
that's better.
Do we count when cars play music way too loud?
No, I don't think that's the same thing, because the car's gonna pass you eventually, right?
Yeah, but like, I'm talking about like when you're stopped at a red light and you just hear the car next to you like
that's fine.
fucking
The car will
blasting.
pass. I mean, it's slightly annoying, but that's very temporary. I really don't mind that very much. These motherfuckers are sitting in the back of the bus. They're just playing music, and no one says shit. And the only reason I didn't want to say shit, I was actually like, why I had half a mind. Like, there was a moment where I'm like, I'm like, no, I wasn't gonna be like that. But I was like, I'm pretty sure everyone in here is pissed off about this, because who wouldn't be? I'm gonna be the fucking person to stand up to them. And
Well, just think, if you were, then the whole bus would have clapped. You can't miss out on the opportunity.
Oh. The only reason that I didn't was that I suddenly thought, oh, because I didn't know exactly, like, it's hard to explain. I was actually kind of glad to get the bus because of the fact that the train would have stopped at, the nearest station is like a 20-30 minute walk away. And I was like, actually, maybe I can...
Do you know what the deal is with this?
No, you come back to it later, I think.
Okay.
They were like, oh, actually, no, try unlighting both the torches.
Oh.
They were like, I was like, oh, maybe I can actually get off at an earlier stop because of the like get off at somewhere that's closer. I'm trying to imagine the route to the station. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it would pass through the area where is like very near my place. So I actually got up and I eventually asked the driver if they could drop me off there. And there was another lady that wanted to get dropped off there as well, and the driver obliged, so that was nice. Saved me 20 minutes of walking while my feet had blisters and hurt.
Obliged is a word that I learned from Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, because I walked for like 2 hours with my friend before we played the game.
Oh, I didn't know this was fucking Wind Waker.
Yep, I did tell you.
When?
2 segments ago. Actually, yeah, 2 segments ago. Roll the clip! Okay, no. So, what was I talking about?
Oh, people obliging. Right.
Oh, yeah, anyway. Before that, I wasn't sure if I was going to have to walk a ways, and I'm like, I don't know where these people are getting off. If they get off at the same... If I tell them off their music, and then get off at the same station as them, I don't want them to, like, harass me when we get off or something. And I know that they were a family and with, like, kids, so they probably wouldn't do that necessarily, but... Like, or at least nothing super bad would happen. It's not like they're going to fucking beat me up with their kids watching. But, I mean... It was enough for me to be like...
Well, it could be a family activity.
This was only a momentary, temporary, you know, like, thing I had to tell them off for it. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to tell them off. I was just going to ask them, like, hey, can you, like, have fun? So that didn't happen, you know. My temporary, like, motivation was, you know, thrown off by that. So I'm like, fuck it. Not only were they listening to music, it was all like the most generic, like, I guess, like, modern reggae hip-hop that I could imagine. It was just like...
See, when I hear modern reggae, all I think of is the fucking, why you gotta be so rude, because it's...
No, it's not, like... it's not like that. It wasn't like that. That's like reggae pop, I think. This was like normal... This was like reggae. It's pretty much just reggae. But it was like really generic, right? I mean, I didn't hear it very well, but they were like, you know, the song had like the steel drums and other instruments like that or whatever, and then it was like the vocals on top were just like a generic, basically repeating 8th note guy saying stuff in a Jamaican accent, like like ongoing, and you know, a song would end and another one would play and it just sounded the fucking same. And I'm like,
no indication existed that the first song ended.
Yeah, so eventually I'm like,
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Eventually, it sounded like, oh, maybe they turned it down. And then no, it just got it fluctuated in volume. It would get quieter, it would get louder, and I guessed it was probably just like a coincidence or just like the thing varying in volume or something like that. But yeah, like I was pissed off the whole time. And then I mentioned that the girl went up to the driver to ask some questions. One of them was they were like, roughly when do you think?
What the fuck?
Oh god, it was like
I didn't even see the hand go down.
Oh, it takes you here. It doesn't even take you to start the dungeon. I guess that makes sense. And it was like, she was like, when roughly do you think we're gonna get to St. Leonard's? Which is I don't know if it's a town or like a village or what. I think it's either next to or part of Hastings. And like, Hastings is notorious in this county for being kind of a shithole. By all accounts, I guess it's technically the closest, like, somewhat bigger city, but I mean, not really. If you go the other direction, you end up at Brighton, which is like...
Wait, was Hastings the one that Hagrid flew over?
No, that was Bristol.
Okay.
Hastings is notorious for being a shithole, and St. Leonard's is like the shithole of Hastings. It's basically notorious for having people exactly like this, you know, like weed smoking, white trash delinquent types. And I'm just like, how is this a real thing that's happening right now? I feel like I'm in a TV show. Like, this guy is the most generic, like, St. Leonard's person. He looks the part, you know, he fucking smokes weed.
Was I not supposed to kill the hand? I thought it would respawn.
It will respawn eventually. I was like, I cannot believe that this is happening. That's basically the entire story, but... You
wouldn't believe. Got on a bus, and you won't believe the rest.
Seriously, though, have you... I want people in the comments to say, like, have you ever experienced somebody just playing music in a bus or a train or some kind of public transport? Just
I assume it's pretty common.
Absolutely no regard for the fact that there are other people there that might not want to listen to your fucking music. It doesn't matter what the music is. It could have been music that I liked, right? And I still would have been like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh my god. I'm doing a legendarily bad job at this.
Oh god. You might want to throw it right onto the...
Yeah, I keep forgetting I can make the ice platforms. This is still my own fault, so I'm not blaming the game for this one, but I'm so used to all the dungeons in this game having the mindset of, like, you only need one item to clear it, that it's, like, weird actually having... This is supposed to be the hookshot room, but I have to use the ice rod here.
Right.
I keep, like, forgetting that that's a legitimate solution.
I don't know if you have to, but you can. There might be ways over here that don't involve it. It's that first gap that's throwing me off, really.
There we go.
You could probably make that.
I didn't trust myself.
Cleanse yourself.
Game, please.
No.
This fucking bat. Okay, I have not actually seen a second eye anywhere. I have now found the second eye. Oh, wait. This is... Right, okay. Kind of amazed that hand didn't grab me there.
You guys ever just find YouTubers that look or sound like other YouTubers? I can't think of an example of the sound one. I've definitely experienced it before where two YouTubers just sound the fucking same to me. But right now, I'm experiencing a visual one where there's a YouTuber called Distant Coder who is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Like OTS judge, I think. So he knows like a lot of rulings information. And I swear to God, he looks like Smallland, the speedrunner.
Okay, then. I would not know what Small Ant looks like. Like, I've watched some of his stuff, but I don't remember at all.
That's okay.
There was a guy who,
look those two up and tell me whether or not they look alike.
there was a customer at work yesterday that my coworker said, like, he looks like somebody, and I don't know who, and suggested Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. And then I said Bill Nye, and she didn't know who that was. So.
Oh. I was gonna be like, how do you not know Bill Nye? And then I'm like, well, actually, I think that'd be weird for me to say, because I think most British people wouldn't know who he is. I happen to just know who he is from, like, internet. But I got the impression that pretty much every American knows who that is. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. But yeah. Is that not, like...
I mean, I think he's pretty well known, but it could also be her age. I don't know how old she is, but fairly older than me.
Yeah. Fair...
Yes.
I was trying to do the Fairly Odd Parents theme, and then I forgot how it went.
Fair...
I know it started, it's like, Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents. But for a second, I forgot that it started with odd, and I was just
Holy
like,
shit, this hat.
Fairly Odd Parents. It was bad, you missed out.
Sponge Pants, Bob Sponge, he's a friendly guy.
And then you go use this key in a different room.
I should. Just to be different. And to prove that...
The justice of your culture.
Yes.
I wonder if that would work.
I don't know why it wouldn't.
Because that would imply that you should be able to get a key from elsewhere, which means that all 4 of these sub-areas must have a key in them.
Probably.
Which means that... Oh,
because the goal is to beat the bosses, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm dumb. I just realized that the other keys would be before any locked doors anyway.
Mm.
I've thought a lot about key logic before when, like, trying to design some of the classic dungeons and stuff. So, like, one thing you have to keep in mind is if you ever offer more than one place for someone to get a key, you have to put a key behind both of those.
And then have another locked door later.
And then have another locked door later, yeah. Or it doesn't have to be directly behind those, but you need whatever is on the other side of that to eventually allow access to a key that you could not access without having used the key to get in there in the first place. So it could be, you know, one of them
use key to get item that leads to other key.
An item that leads to another key, yeah. That would also work.
No, it wouldn't. That kind of just walked right into that one, I guess. Alright, so what is this? Just the ice rod room again? What the hell?
Nope. This is,
apparently this is Mario Galaxy.
This is Velvet Pillar's room.
I don't believe you.
I don't know how these... Like, if they were metal, that'd be one thing, but the fact that there's, like, velvet cushioning on these is really funny to me, because I don't know how they don't burn in lava.
Wow, plot hole. Excuse me.
Oh, you know. Prove the justice of your culture.
You have completed a great game.
That
well, that's just wrong. What?
That's not how physics works. If a stationary heavy ball like that were hit by a rolling ball, the first one would stop and the second one would start moving. Or rather, if the second one started moving, the first one would have to stop because it's transferred its kinetic energy.
Indeed.
You couldn't have both of them continue to roll.
Unrefutable proof that the Zelda series does not follow standard physics.
Yes.
What the fuck am I trying to do?
Hi,
That random skull did not tell a story, but it did make me feel like there was a hint. But,
Did it make you feel like a piece of shit?
Maybe, but I'm not allowed to say that because it is belittling people with Tourette's.
Oh. Is it?
I mean, maybe.
Josh.
What?
Okay. I think I have an idea for what you might be able to do. Okay.
Well, I need like 5 more minutes of wandering around. Okay. Oh, god damn it.
This.
I didn't even see that one. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's just the entrance. Oh, that doesn't help. My bad.
I mean, that looked like that should have done something. Oh, no, that isn't the entrance. That's somewhere I haven't been at.
Oh, okay.
Big Bite!
I like Big Bite.
But you always have to say it in a very surprised way.
Do you remember what Big Bite did in the RPG?
No.
No, I don't blame you. Oh yeah, I never thought to do this.
Oh no.
Well, you just stand
oh no.
on one side and then shield.
Because that would make too much sense. See you in 5 minutes when this is over. The spinning floor tiles are always just the most tedious, like, room style. Room style.
Styles.
Steak styles. But you don't remember what it's from.
Yeah, it's...
you don't remember what it's from.
It's 50k this one. I don't remember the song from it. You can judge me for that. Oh yeah. Oh my fucking god. That needs to be like preserved.
It probably doesn't.
That was amazing.
Are you sure it wasn't me being racist like usual?
I like that too. Oh yeah, speaking of me designing Zelda Classic dungeons and also this level,
I didn't know. Oh! I didn't know you designed this level.
Yeah, I did. There was actually a you've played it, and I at one point suggested that you play it for like a filler video, and then I was like, actually, you shouldn't because it's kind of lame.
Oh. I remember the giant tree.
Yeah, that looked like lava to everyone.
Oh!
Yeah, there was a dungeon I made as part of like it was gonna be a quest and then it just wasn't. Oh god, it was gonna be a quest and then it just wasn't. The boy who defeated the Dark Lord.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was the sound of crossing the gap.
God, I can't talk today.
It's okay, neither can you.
I never ended up finishing the quest. It was gonna be like a big open world type thing where you could do the dungeons and there were 3 big dungeons and then 3 mini dungeons and you could do them in any order. But basically you're expected to kind of go part way. It would be like I don't want to say symbiotic thing, but basically the dungeons would have useful stuff, but would be balls hard. So you would basically be not required, but you know, like difficulty locked behind actually doing them early. And it would be like implied with a sign that you can't read.
God damn it.
That you're intended to like explore the overworld and find upgrades and shit before doing the actual dungeons. And also it might open shortcuts in the dungeons, stuff like that. So it would make the dungeons easier. But then doing the dungeons would give you items that were more useful for the overworld. So basically the idea was you'd kind of go back and forth and decide your own pace for like what's the best way to progress. So I only made the 1 dungeon and I just kind of had like a default base set of equipment. So like I think it was blue ring, 8 hearts, white sword,
it's shiny.
Yeah, shit like that. And there's not really much to say about it. I think it's pretty I think it's just a fun dungeon, like as it is. It's not part of a full game. But I mean, I have played it a couple times and given it to people to play, and they seem to have liked it. So, with the exception of the fact that nobody can tell the giant tree is actually a tree, and they always think it's lava.
I'm sorry. You know, just in case you get here without bombs.
Yep. You might have been renting them, done the Dark Palace early, and then lost them in a different dungeon. You can throw them over this wall.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do.
No, you can throw them over this wall.
Oh.
That you just passed.
Too bad. I like how that actually worked.
Of course.
Of course.
This game has a pretty... This game allows alternate dungeon puzzle solutions sometimes.
Does it allow creative expression?
Yes. Isn't that what people said about Breath of the Wild dungeons?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild doesn't have dungeons.
I mean for the shrines.
Breath of the Wild doesn't have gameplay.
Shut up. I wonder if anyone backed up that video that Martin uploaded of, like, completing a shrine in a stupid way by just, like, launching himself to the exit.
Oh,
yeah. You know I didn't mean it when I said shut up, right?
Nope, definitely did.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, no!
You can really know. Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to do that.
Again. Okay, yeah, I see the giant bomb there.
No, you don't.
Oh no, I wasn't fast enough. And just in case you didn't know, Fasast was indeed a typo.
I don't know why you did it like that when there was another bomb just on the other side of this.
What do you mean?
Oh, switch. Sorry, switch, not bomb.
I think I tried that a few times and I couldn't get it to work. I don't know.
No, I didn't see it. I saw you use it to get up there to get the chest.
Yeah, and then I, like, tried to figure out how can I hit this to get back up, and I don't know. I saw that was an option, and I just ruled it out as actually being possible.
I see.
And now I'm already confused again.
So this is we haven't acknowledged this yet, but this is the last segment of this LP, because there's nothing else to do for this dungeon.
Fasast.
I will refrain from asking you about future plans, because I know that you don't really have any other than solo LP of a Mario 64 hack that you haven't decided yet.
Yup.
I suppose there needs to be a filler video this month as well, though.
Not necessarily. I could just start the other thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean I will, but I could.
Or you could choose to chew Ju's shoes.
That's harmful to disabled people. Okay, so... basically what I'm seeing here is that... okay, there's a switch. Never mind. Yeah, no, I can't plan for more than, like, 5 minutes in the future, because who knows when I'm gonna be dead. These are, rules to live by. According to David Archuleta.
I used to have a bad habit of over-planning things. I think I have a spreadsheet or some kind of document from, like, 4 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel and did LPs, where I listed the first couple I had done, and then I'm like, and then I'll do this game around this time, and then I'll do this game around this time. And, like, I listed it up for, like, a couple years in advance, and just none of it happened.
Excellent.
Because, of course, it didn't.
This section is annoying as hell.
Is it?
Come on!
I kind of like this part.
Well, I mean, you know what I said about people being wrong for liking history. Alright, you have one job, and it's to not be a dick. I do like how close that came to being a dick.
Yeah. Anything else up here?
Well, there's no chests at least.
Okay. Yep, fair enough.
Oh. When am I gonna do a Rupulus playthrough of this?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wrong. I guess it is 2 bosses. I thought that it was.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
What are we saying about 2 bosses?
Because there's the one from the Swamp Palace. And then there was a mini boss, I think. Can't remember.
What are we saying about this?
The 4 things that you have to do to progress in the Royal Castle. Oh, I never actually mentioned the reason that this level had anything to do with the Temple of Courage thing, and that's just because it used the music from this as the MIDI. Except it was like a piano version, so it's kind of boring. I like the piano, but the song is cool because it has a bunch of shit. Also, it's a dynamic song as well. That actually, like, the song builds up as you do more of these mini bosses and stuff.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm hearing it now that you mentioned it. It's like how that one song from Enya gets more instruments added to it the more further that you get in Yoshi's Island. For some reason, I've been rewatching Proton John's LP of Yoshi's Island, and I found a comment from myself on one of them talking about that.
Nice. How old was the comment?
I don't know, like 3 days.
I like how you started that puzzle there and then just stopped.
There was a puzzle. Wait, what?
Yeah, you did a puzzle here, and you're just like, nah.
I didn't know there was a puzzle here. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, what? Oh my god.
Did you pause it?
Did I what?
Pause it?
What about pause?
Did you pause it?
No.
Okay. It's just you kind of stopped for a second and was like, and then continued. And I thought maybe it was you reaching over to hit pause, but then it turns out that it wasn't.
But then it turns. That wasn't a joke. But yeah, no, I had no idea that me turning off the lights did anything. And then the problem is, so I did this, and I'm like, oh, there's a bridge. But no, it's 2 very narrow bridges.
Yep.
The game was unfair. It didn't explain that.
Yeah, nice lantern.
But I wasn't supposed to get this yet.
I always thought that this puzzle was more complicated than this. I have, like, false memories of having to drop down onto this ledge, and there is a chest you have to do that for down there, but I thought that you had to do something similar for this for some reason. I never remember that it's just...
There is still this random room on floor 2 that I haven't reached. I'm not sure what I have to do to get to that.
Can you not just wall merge?
I guess I'll try that after doing this thing. This thing.
Personally, I think this is a pretty good final dungeon. But, like, most Zelda games tend to just be like, here's a bunch of, like, random assorted, like, harder versions of puzzles from previous dungeons and stuff. And, like, that's fine. Or sometimes they do something a little different, like Twilight Princess's Hyrule Castle just kind of has its own ideas, but that was kind of boring. I like this one. I don't know what about it, but I guess it just continues the pretty good dungeon design of the other ones. And it has a Marching Milde's Fort archetype.
Yes. Oh. See, here's where I failed, because I was supposed to actually memorize the pathway, and I did not. Alright. It's pretty straightforward. I just have to not be a rock wall. But...
I can't... A little further right.
Oh, these pillars... Okay, I thought these pillars were, like, marking where the pathways were. Apparently they're not.
I think they're reference points, but they're not specifically the edges of things. Like the vertices. Like the wood.
It's funny, you misspoke there, because you meant to say verticals. What a blunder that was.
At like 45 minutes into the video, Joel said back ass words, and I thought that was funny because I obviously fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I guess there's nothing else in the room. I mean, yeah, I see the door. Like, okay. See, by me doing that, it's gonna save me like 5 minutes later. I fought one of you earlier.
Yeah, but now there's like a dark maze. Or like a reverse darkness maze.
But will it protect you from the scary door?
Yes. There was a we totally should have used that for like the Dark Palace video title.
Maybe.
There was a comment on one of the TP Rando videos that was like, because there was a part in the Palace of Twilight where you're in the Twilight, but then there's like the weird clouds that turn you back into a wolf.
Right.
And you were like wondering about that, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess it's like Advanced Twilight or something. And someone commented like, is that anything like Advanced Darkness? And I'm like, that's the reference I was making.
Congratulations.
I think my comment was actually nicer than that. It was like, yeah, that's the reference. I was like,
Thank you, Ted. That was the joke.
there's not getting the joke, and there's getting the joke, and not getting that I got the joke and was making it first.
Right. But which one counts as r/whoosh?
I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck? I totally tried this. Oh, no, that's not the ledge. Hold on.
Oh.
That's looking like a drop-down ledge.
Yeah.
I am not sure where I would do that from.
It's either that, or it's you drop into the room it's connected to, maybe? No, that doesn't work.
Well, let's keep an eye on it. Oh, that's going down. Wait, no. I'm so confused.
You just went up.
Right. Okay, I was looking at the wrong map, I think.
Yeah, I'm not getting how you would do this.
What?
It doesn't seem like any way down there. I can see the platform beneath the stairs, and there's no way down there.
Yeah. Okay. I've got to know.
It's kind of annoying me now, too.
Like, I don't want to just not get it, even if... I'm sure it's not anything I care about. It's probably going to be like 100 rupees, but...
Try going up here?
In the bomb room?
No, as in like...
Wait, why is this just not on the map? What the hell? Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh, that's fucking weird. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
this is
I
the
have no
end.
idea.
Shit. I don't want to go that way yet.
It's okay. I can try to look up a video, hang on.
I feel like that would probably take longer than me
I've been
finding it.
I know I've been in there before, but...
If I press up against it really hard, maybe I'll figure it out. I cannot find out how to get into the 7th dungeon. Maybe I should listen to some music. Oh no, but if you do that, there will be tornadoes. I don't know if you remember what that was from.
No.
It was possibly my first stream.
Good.
Is the answer just come from this direction? No, because there is a lamp. Is the answer come from this direction up here? No, because there is a... Oh, actually it might be.
Oh.
I have gone above the lamp.
Oh, what?
Excuse me, game. That was totally the answer. What do you mean?
Oh, come on. Dude.
Wow, more like Legend of Finding This One Door. I don't know what that was supposed to be a parody of, but... I don't know, probably... people who smoke
I just
weed.
realized you have 2 Zelda LPs ending on the same day.
Wow.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess I do. The fuck, dude?
So that means no more Zelda forever, right?
Oh shit! Okay, can I drop onto this ledge from above?
Actually, that reminds me.
Yeah,
Once
actually,
you're
I
done
think it
uploading
is.
TP Rando, you're gonna upload the Rando VODs, right?
Yeah, I just have to actually edit them, which means I have to deal with the horrors that is Sony Vegas.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It doesn't fucking work.
How can it be that different from Premiere? I've not used Premiere.
I swear it has
like
no options.
you just don't know where they are.
I know.
What options are you missing?
All of them. No,
What? Go, tell me.
Hold on. I believe I figured it out.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That was really obscure. How is this not, like, the secret item of the dungeon?
Hell yeah.
It's just fucking fairies.
What?
I mean, I guess I'll take one. That was really obscure. Okay.
Oh my god. Faefies.
I like Faefies.
Yeah, what are you missing? I'm seriously curious.
I don't know. I'd have to actually open it and fiddle with it again. It seemed like it was just really difficult to get it to do anything.
I've loved it. It does so much more than any other like editing software I've used.
Like, for me, it basically felt like I was having to find creative ways to get stuff to work instead of just doing the stuff.
Yeah.
And all I had to do with it was, like, the only editing I did was I shrunk down, like, the video feed of me and you playing, shrunk down the video of Martin playing, and, like, did some screen region stuff to, or not screen region, but, like, that's the thing, it doesn't crop. It has the cookie cutter option, but it doesn't crop.
It does.
Oh, there's just fucking fairies here.
No, there's a door.
Am I supposed to be here? I don't know which way is progress.
You go back through the thing and there's a door.
Okay, so this is not progress?
You've been there.
What do you mean?
In a previous dungeon.
Okay. I swear I asked you, because, like, I figured out a workaround for cropping something using the cookie cutters that took, like, a ton of effort, and I was just like, yeah, that was really annoying, like, is there just, like, a crop option? And you were like, no.
I actually do remember that, and that's weird, because I'm pretty sure I know for a fact how to do it. Like, you described the problem to me, I'm like, yeah, that's easy. And then you started talking, and I'm like, wait, I do remember looking at it and thinking that there was no other way to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, maybe you can watch me do it over screen share or something.
Okay. But yeah, after I really want to watch those, and then I'm wanting to do another one afterwards. Probably not with exactly the same people. Probably, I think we had the idea to do it with people in the Discord, but I don't know if that would be straight away.
Indeed. It's also been brought to my attention, you told me that there's a Prime 1 randomizer, and now I'm aware that there's a Prime 1 and 2 combined multi-world randomizer.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, one person plays one and one plays the other, or is it like both of you are playing both of them?
I assume it's you only play one game, but they have each other's items. I don't actually know. I've not looked at it.
I thought about that too. I'm like, that sounds really cool. I wonder if someone could play Oot and another person play Majora.
Yeah, it's like, I really want to do that now. I guess that requires me figuring out what the fuck is wrong with my computer first.
Right, yeah. Well, we told Joel about it, and...
Yeah, and then he said we should do that this weekend, and I'm just like, lol now.
Why did you say no?
Because I worked a lot yesterday, and then when I got home, he was busy with something else, and then today, we just didn't.
Also, that story happened.
Yeah, I'm kind of just not paying attention to it.
TLDR, they went through the same origin story as Hyrule at first, but when Hyrule sealed away the Triforce in the Sacred Realm, Lorule was instead like, how about we destroy the Triforce? And apparently this just fucking brought the world to ruin, because I guess it requires the Triforce to flourish. And provides it, like, sacred protection from darkness or something. So then she's just like, I'm gonna steal theirs. Oh, how cool it could be if you would actually fight her.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember actually fighting Hilda. Instead, we get to fight Drag Queen Ganon. In the beta version of this game, you fight Hilda and you fight Tingle. Oh no.
So, I might have mentioned this, but I keep talking about my recent hero mode 100% playthrough.
Right.
That was in December of 2020. I actually have not beaten this final boss in that yet, because even with full hearts, red mail, and, you know, 5 Faithies in bottles.
Yeah, Faithies.
And, you know, fully upgraded equipment and everything, I still cannot beat this fucker in hero mode, because, again,
does he take damage from...
damage.
Okay.
It's quadruple damage, which
right.
means that...
So by now I would have already been dead.
Yeah. Well, you would have had to use up a fairy.
I also have no idea what I'm doing.
And it's like coming in here with just the green mail. This boss is actually somewhat hard if you don't have equipment.
But it's a Nintendo game released after 1986. How can it be hard? Remember, if you ever take damage in Breath of the Wild, you should just fucking castrate yourself.
That game was notorious for being brutal at the beginning when it came out.
I only ever saw people talking about how easy it was. And it pissed me off.
Wasn't this way after the game came out?
No, it was when it first came out.
When it first came out, I was hearing everyone say, "Oh my god, this is the hardest Zelda since Zelda 1."
Like, that was one of the things that put me off the game, is because everybody was saying, like, this game is brain dead easy. If you can't play it, then you're just fucking terrible.
I'm pretty sure that was people being contrarian, because, yeah, nowadays people know that you can do all this broken shit with, like, food and stuff. But when the game first came out, nobody knew that for, like, at least a few days or a couple weeks. Like, you know, first 3 days when the game was out, everyone was like, holy shit, I keep dying in this game because I don't know what to do. And, you know, it was only much later that people did that. So I was under the impression that anybody at the beginning saying that it was piss easy was only saying so just to be a contrarian. Like, oh, like basically the same people that are like, Sans is the easiest boss I've ever fought and shit like that.
Yeah. But point is, I saw a lot of people saying that, and it actually put me off the game, because I'm like, well, if it's so easy and I'm not able to play it well, then I guess I just suck.
And that really sucks, because, like, I joke about that game a lot, and I make fun of it, and it's far from my favorite game, and probably my least favorite Zelda game, or at least least favorite 3D Zelda, that I've played. Like, well, I played every 3D Zelda. Anyway, point is, despite all of that, like,
but your image is terrible, though. Why would you do this?
It's a shame that your experience was at least partially influenced by people just being stupid on purpose, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not really much point in talking about it anymore. I've mentioned it before, but yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to really get into that game.
Yeah. I may or may not stream it at some point, but it would basically just be a casual percent run where I would go around to every, like, region and do many of the things involved, but probably not all of them. I would do all the main quote-unquote dungeons that are not really dungeons. I probably wouldn't do all the shrines, but I'd do most of them. Something like that. I'm not sure. I have no hard plans for it. It's just a thing I'd like to do at some point. And you mentioned, I think, that that would probably be the best way for you to actually enjoy the game in any capacity.
Yeah, probably. Even then, I don't know if I'd be able to have the attention span to really watch all of it. I just find that game really boring.
It is kind of boring. We'd have chat, though.
I didn't
try to swing that straight back at him.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were doing tennis until I saw the attack come out.
Excuse you, it has a name.
Yeah, it's called tennis.
It's called Dead Man's Volley.
It's called tennis.
It's called Dead Man's Volley.
I know it is, but that came from frickin' Phantom Hourglass, and I don't trust that game.
I thought you liked it.
When did I say I liked that
You're
game?
always talking about the Temple of the Ocean game.
Anytime that I talk about the Temple of the Ocean King, it's in defense of it because everybody says it's horrible, and I'm like, it's not that bad.
I like the dungeon.
I like the idea behind it.
Again. Shoot him in the tramp stamp.
Excuse me.
You have to use this to shoot him in the tramp stamp.
What a weird restriction. Thank you. And okay, didn't work.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
No?
I actually made a mistake when I said shoot him in the tramp stamp.
You're
supposed to shoot him in the front, I think, and then unmerge and then go around to shoot him in the back.
Oh. I seem to remember having to shoot around the whole room, though.
I think that's at the end.
Okay.
For the record, I did get to this phase.
Oh.
This fucking attack is hell. Especially in here.
I wasn't even really sure what I was supposed to be doing at first. I guess it really is just move around. So was I correct in saying that Dead Man's Volley was from Phantom Hourglass?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought it was, but as soon as the words escaped my lips, I thought that I was making shit up.
No, I could never remember what it was from at first, but it is from that. It's
oh shit.
It's bullshit. It's described as such by the Poe sisters.
Dude, come on.
I don't know what you're supposed to do though.
Well, the problem is I keep trying to unmerge with B. That's not helping me.
He told me this was a summer camp.
What?
I rewatched a little bit of the beginning of the Psychonauts LP earlier. Because Psychonauts 2 came out. I've been watching videos to do with that. No spoilers or anything, but I've been just enjoying seeing stuff about that. Oh yeah, the double Dead Man's Volley.
And you've totally not been passive-aggressively trying to get me to play it.
I have not. I asked you, like, if you're interested and if you have plans, because someone gave you a Steam key for it.
Right.
And we discussed it a little bit, and I told you a couple things about it, but I mean...
There we go.
Shoot him in the tramp stamp.
Who?
Yes! Oh god, I was thinking the same thing.
And then after defeating this, it's like, okay, you have now gotten one of the 3 collectibles to beat the game.
We're 1/3 of the way through.
There should be a game like that that's, like, because, you know, there's, like, the fake-out style in, like, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, where it's you get the 3 collectibles, it's like, oh shit, there's still a second half of the game left. No, there needs to be one where it does that, where it has the fake-out collectible, and you get to what you think is the final boss, and it's like, no, bitch, there's, like, this is 1/5 of the game.
It's not quite that extreme, but Link's Quest for the Hookshot does that. I don't know if you know about that, where the game premise is Link wants the hookshot, but it's 800 rupees, and none of the enemies drop rupees. So instead of collecting Triforce pieces, you get 100 rupees in every dungeon. So you beat the 8 dungeons, you finally get the hookshot, and then you use it to access a second overworld with 8 more dungeons.
Nice.
I believe the guy that made that is one of your fans, actually.
Is it Moosh?
Yeah. I apologize if I'm getting that wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Moosh that made that. I'll check.
Turns out it was actually, like, Catil's Day. No, it's just the guy who thinks that Metroid Dread looks like a shitty indie game.
Yeah, there is that guy on Jersey C. I will not say his name because I feel like that would be
Rupert.
a little bit, clearly.
What if it actually was?
We will call him
Clive. No.
Anyway, yeah, it was Moosh that made it.
That's cool. I like the Ravio reveal.
Yes.
I genuinely didn't actually see it coming when
Me neither. But I was also 14.
It makes a lot of sense, but I just didn't really think about it much.
So I have to question something here. It's implied that like these three just have the opposite qualities of the Triforce of Hyrule, because Ravio is a coward, and I guess Hilda made a bad plan by choosing to ally with Yuga. Like, that was unwise of her. Is Yuga really unpowerful? I mean, I guess he had to fuse with Ganon to do much of anything, and he wasn't really that much of a threat on his own. But I wouldn't really say that he like really embodies weakness or anything like that.
I mean, the idea of having an inverse Triforce is stupid anyway, because it's like, why would you want to imbue these people with like negative traits?
I'm pretty sure that that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure they have different traits for their Triforce. I'm just saying they probably embody some other trait, like
friendship, good eyesight. What's the third one?
It could maybe be like, I don't know. Maybe Ravio's is like,
can make a mean plate of nachos.
Like he's a coward, but he has like honor or something. Like he didn't want to work with Yuga or whatever. And then maybe Hilda's is like cunning or ambition or something. And then Yuga's
so she's a Slytherin.
Like, yes. And then Yuga's is also cunning and ambition.
Yes. All three of them are. Way back in the day, I used to claim that the four Hogwarts houses corresponded to the Triforce, where it's like you have the bravery and the like wisdom ones are obvious, and then power is Slytherin, and then Hufflepuff is like having all of them balanced. But I don't necessarily stand by this anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. That just strikes me as like human pattern recognition at work, basically. Like, you can fit anything to anything if you try hard enough. It's like how people hear about the golden ratio and how, like, you know, lots of paintings and things in nature embody it, and then they'll just slap the fucking golden ratio image over the top of literally anything and be like, look! And it's like, no, this does not embody it in any way. Totally ignoring this cutscene.
I'm kind of paying attention to it.
I do like the ending of this game. About what will happen after this.
Weird bird.
Yes.
Like, what the hell is that thing?
Mm.
Hey. Hey. We gotta try really hard.
God. The one thing I'll say is it would have been nice to meet a few more of these people. We have, like, Kakariko, which has a bunch of crazy, like, monster-worshipping cultists. And that's it. I don't
throw a
think
flask of acid in his face.
Yes, I don't think we've seen any other subjects. Not that there's that many in Hyrule either, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a weird game, because it's like...
Kinda.
It's such a... It's like a really bizarre blend of, like, the older Zelda game style, but also kind of like the... Modern, the streamline of the newer ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the easier nature of it, but I don't know, people say Link to the Past is really easy too, and I disagree.
Yeah, no.
Like, if I played through it a shit ton of times and learned exactly how to deal with every enemy, then sure, but...
That's the thing, you have played through it a shit ton of times.
No, I haven't.
Like, you've played through the rando, like, at least 2 or 3 times, right?
I think if you count the, like, Super Metroid Link to the Past combination one, I've played through that one like 1.5 times, and then the just Link to the Past on its own once.
Huh. Okay.
I still have to like say just what a shitty title Link to the Past is. Like it has nothing to do with the game.
Right. Honestly, this is gonna sound like a somber note to end on, but I kind of don't necessarily think this is my favorite Zelda anymore.
Oh.
And that's not because it's like I've not even really seen flaws with it. I think I might just the luster has like worn off a little bit. It's like it's a cool game. I like it. I enjoyed playing it recently. I enjoyed watching this and guiding you through it. Maybe I'm just a little overexposed right now. Okay. I'm just like, but I've also been playing a lot of the other Zeldas too, and I kind of feel like those have more going for them. I think Zelda is just such a strong series most of the time in general that...
Yeah, usually.
Like, you know, that it's hot. It's a tough competition, I guess.
I'd say this one probably has a good contender of being the best 2D one, but I mean, it's hard to say because I mean, I feel like with the 2D ones almost more than even the 3D ones, people are like super blinded with nostalgia on these because it's like if you played Link to the Past as a kid, you're probably just that's going to be your favorite no matter what. Same thing for Link's Awakening. Like Joel really loves the Oracle games because I think he grew up on those.
God, I tried to play Ages recently, and I just cannot get through that game. Now, granted, I also lost my save file and gave up, but still. I just found that game obnoxious.
I should give the Oracles another try, but
I'd be willing to watch
every time I've tried them, I just something about it always puts me off, and I really couldn't say what.
I can kind of get that. I'm not a fan of the Game Boy aesthetic of them. I don't know why the fuck quest makers keep using the tile set from it, because IMO it kind of looks like shit. Like it doesn't look terrible, but
there's better options. The birds are singing.
I have to assume it's just because it's versatile and pretty easy to make custom stuff that fits in the style, maybe. But I don't know. I've also heard a lot of people that's just like, oh my god, I love these. It looks so good. I think it's usually from people that did actually also grow up with them and I'm super nostalgic for it. Gonna be sad for the people that grew up with fucking Switch games to one day grow up and try to make their own games and they're never gonna be able to make them look like the games they grew up with. Honestly, same for like people that grew up with GameCube even, but they also probably grew up with like Game Boy Advance that they could do. So I don't know.
Let's not forget the Game Boy Advance is allegedly better than the Switch.
I want to say that
some random article.
Yeah, I want to say that I actually guessed what the Wish was before they made it when I first played this as a teenager, and I was happy that I got it right.
I mean, it's just to save Low Rule, right?
It's to recreate Low Rule's Triforce, specifically. I think.
Oddly Yoshi's Island-esque music.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, we've resolved everything except that Triforce is still gone and they are in ruins, so maybe we can, if we have a wish, maybe we can bring back the Triforce. And I was I was very surprised when this finally happened to learn that their Triforce was not actually black. It was just, it's only black on like the promotional material because it's not there, I guess.
They dead.
Shiro continues to fly in a circle.
Yes. You know what game I always forget exists? Minish Cap. We were just talking about 2D Zeldas, and I, like, completely just ignored that one.
There's a rando for that.
Huh.
I think I told you about that.
That sounds kind of awful.
Why?
Because of the frickin' Kinstones.
Oh, you can probably disable that. Randos tend to streamline stuff as well, so...
Yeah, they can. Shift.
Always.
Except it's barely moving.
I can see it. Yay.
Yeah.
Take that, Tetraforce theorists. There are actually 6 pieces of the Triforce.
So what's the... Like, I've heard the term Tetraforce before, but what's the theory? Just that there is a fourth piece?
Just that there is a 4th piece in the middle that makes it a full triangle, and that this is, like, lost information to the people of Hyrule, and that one day there would be a game that revealed this 4th piece, and it would be integral to the story.
I see. When we learned that there was a character named Tetra in Wind Waker, did they, like, freak out? Like, oh my god, they're doing it!
Yes.
Good. Shadow Link programming.
Oh, yeah.
What was... I don't even remember that being a thing.
Because it wasn't. It's the multiplayer.
Oh.
Well, not multiplayer, like Street Pass shit. But it's really pointless, because unlike Pokemon, where there's a balance element to it, this is just, you can create a Shadow Link that has your gear, and it's like, okay, but that's the linear progression. There just is a strongest version of that.
That's odd, yeah.
I think if you'd, like, defeat 10 of them, you can fight the Old Man or something like that. And there's, like, a bunch of people that believe the Old Man is, like, the Link to the Past Link for some reason, even though I'm pretty sure this is explicitly stated to be, like, a long, long time after that, to the point where it would be possible. Unless he's just a fucking immortal. Join us next time when I will be flying over there to do Street Partner.
Clearly.
What do you mean Junpei with an M?
More like Scrumpai.
Yes.
Was Tetra's Trackers ever a thing? I never remember if that game actually, like, got out of beta.
Fuck. I've never heard of it. What is that?
It was some spin-off game where, like, I think it was supposed to be, like, treasure hunting, and it had full voice acting, which was really bizarre.
Fuck.
I don't remember. Either it was a beta that never went anywhere, or there was, like, an unfinished version that got, like, found in some, like, dump
Navi
sometime.
Trackers is a game mode in the Japanese and Korean versions of Four Swords Adventures. What?
No, I remember there being a GameCube game called
Navi
Tetris Trackers.
It's not... Well, I mean, Four Swords Adventures is on the GameCube.
Oh.
Navi Trackers, originally titled Tetris Trackers, was based on Marvelous, Another Treasure Island, an SNES game directed by Eiji Aonuma, in which players collected stamps while listening to a radio broadcast. This transmission was replaced with a connectivity function and with Tetra's voice. The mode was originally in English. Instead of 2 Japanese characters, players could choose 1 English letter as an initial. Navi Trackers was first shown at E3 2003 alongside Four Swords Adventures as separate games. It was announced later that year that both games, plus a new one called Shadow Battle, would be included in the same disc. However, only the Hyrulean Adventure and Shadow Battle modes were included in the non-Japanese and Korean versions of the game. So basically they didn't include Navi Trackers. What the fuck?
So it's a Japanese and Korean exclusive Zelda minigame, then. I see.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it ever came out. I thought it was one of those things that was, like, almost a Star Fox 2 style, like, it wasn't finished, but it got dumped anyway, and, like, people saw it. I don't know. I never really looked into it.
I've never heard of this. I suppose you must have just actually heard about this from E3 2003. And it was funny, because I'm like, I would think that I would have heard about this. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, 2003? Yeah, I was 4 years old, and was only just barely starting to play video games in the first place, so makes sense.
Also, I didn't realize this game was 2013. I thought it was more recent than that.
Oh, no, yeah, 2013. Roughly when would you have thought? 2016?
15 maybe? I don't know. Just sometime.
2015's when Triforce Heroes came out.
I have a very messed up sense of time, because nothing ever happens. That was it.
There's a friend of mine who shall go unnamed, because this is probably a little embarrassing to him, that often does that kind of thing. Like, say a game came out a year and a half ago, okay? He would be like, that game came out like 3 or 4 years ago, right? Or say the game came out... Say the game came out like you know, 11 years ago. He'd be like, that
Shaft.
game came out like 15 or 20 years ago, right? And it's like, no.
Yes.
That's a win.
Mine's always the opposite. It's like, yeah, this game's like 2 months old. All right, we've passed the 20,000 mark.
Fucking Breath of the Wild is 4.5 years old.
Yay!
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of that then. So I don't know if we're doing a filler video or if I'm going straight into unnamed Mario 64 hack, because I still have to pick one. But
feel free to give suggestions.
Either way, this is not the last video I'm ever making. Surprisingly.
Dies immediately.
Oh no.